Lesh Band finally goes in, but there's a Bat Rider in the pool, which XERXIA might consider. And there's the potential. It could be a support Tusk, but I think Execration were thinking core. At least in the first phase, when I was considering, like, why are they not leaving a support for their third? They might look for a core pick here, so that's most likely going to be a core Tusk.
You think Palos will be playing the Ember?
No, I mean, like, offlane Tusk.
Oh, offlane Tusk. Could be. Either way,
It's
I
a
like
great
the
matchup
core
against the
Tusk.
Sniper.
It is, but you know, a mid lane Tusk against the Sniper is usually much better because you max out your first and second spell. The tag team isn't that easy to use, and that's usually what you want in the offlane. But I guess if you are a core Tusk against the Sniper lane, you're gonna switch it up and still go for your first and second spell.
Yeah, I wonder if Palos wants to play Ember safe lane and then put the Tusk in mid, because that's also an option they want to do. The Tusk can go with 2-3, Ember can go with 1-2. But we'll probably know more with this next pick. If this is a support, then this locks in the cores.
Tower push and roche taking potential become a big issue then. So I'm kind of doubting.
There's a lot of there's a lot of offlane heroes still in the pool that can push.
True. But do you really want to play them against the Sniper?
Yeah, there's a support. Yeah, they lock it in. Ember
so
Tusk cores.
Okay. I like the Hoodwink because of the potential to just burst people down. The reason it's not the greatest is because there are some ways to reposition yourself on XERXIA. The good thing though is only the Sniper wants to build a 4-staff. The Dark Willow doesn't. The Marcy doesn't. Dawnbreaker obviously is not going to be building into 4-staffs. So getting out of the shards, getting away from the Ember chains is going to be very tough on the Sniper.
Yeah. A lot of gap closers. Good usage of bushwhack here in this game too. The only downside is Tusk Hoodwink synergy. Snowball breaks the bushwhack target, so you gotta like have Tusk initiate first and Hoodwink follows, or Hoodwink solo somebody and Tusk focuses on somebody else. You could also just walk in. Usually Blink Daggers being built on the Tusk. You can just blink in, throw the shards for some extra damage. Walrus punch somebody.
With the Walrus Punch and the Tusk spells plus the Sharpshooter, the hero already dies. So maybe the Hoodwink is going to be a bit conservative on using the Bushwhack and maybe using it for once the enemies do re-engage. Wait for the Dawnbreaker to jump in and then plant the tree and use the Bushwhack. That would probably be the best way to approach.
I like Execration's draft in the sense of chasing heroes. You have 3 heroes who are great at it, and also then you have the Frost Shield from Lich, which slows down their escape. So you have great potential of extending, and Bob loves extending, so fits into their gameplay pretty well. Bat Rider finally banned as well in the last phase, and the Slark, but that's not a tower hitter though. The Slark.
No, XERXIA is afraid that Execration are gonna start running circles around them and diving and not really caring about the towers. When you have this kind of a lineup that is super mobile, and Execration most definitely is, if you would put in the Slark there, the towers are gonna fall just with you applying pressure. You're missing off the map, you're farming the creeps, and XERXIA have to pull themselves back. And then with just one hero, you're applying the pressure to the tower and it's slowly falling. Once the tier 1s are down, then you really commit for kills.
Tiny and the TA taken out. XERXIA has to pick before Execration, leaving Execration a bit of room to decide. Do they want to pick an offlane? Do they want to pick a mid? Decide where this Tusk is going. But for XERXIA, Marcy Dawnbreaker are the flexes here. Sniper is looking like a core at the current moment. 1 or 2. Could be mid, could be safe lane. The offlane is kind of wonky in a way. Like Dawnbreaker Willow it's a good combo, yeah, but how do your other lanes fare? Like Sniper Marcy or Marcy with someone in Sniper mid?
Well, Marcy Sniper is already a pretty decent one. You have a lot of slows. You have a way to cancel TPs, so it is gonna be a Marcy Sniper, unless you want to play a Dawnbreaker Sniper. Both of those lanes make a lot of sense, as well as the Marcy Dark Willow makes a lot of sense as well. But just because of the nature of how people have been playing these heroes, I think it's gonna be a Dawnbreaker core.
I don't really like the Marcy Dark Willow as a combo anymore, but maybe against the Ember, who's kind of soft, it could work, because he can't really use his Slate while rooted. But we're going to see a Tusk off lane by the looks of it. PA carry, mid-Ember.
Yep.
There we go. So Tino Tusk called it.
That's a really good PA game.
Yeah,
Like
PA
a
looks
really
solid.
good PA game. Everyone here just dies. Sniper hates playing against the PA. You hate building into an MKB. You need some other defensive items to help you against the other heroes, and then you have this PA that you can't do anything against. XERXIA needs to be ahead in this game. Luckily for them, their laning phase is strong, but yeah, every single one of their heroes is actually countered at some point. Void Spirit doesn't like playing against the Ember, so I'm not sure why they picked it. Sniper can have troubles against the Tusk, doesn't have to, but can. We'll see how that lane from Shanks and the Hoodwink and the Tino goes. That is the X factor here, because if that lane goes well for Execration, I don't see a chance for XERXIA. But if XERXIA win both of their side lanes hardly, so that the Void Spirit doesn't have to rotate early on, then I could see them winning this game on a tempo, on a timer.
And Execration is still prone to make a lot of mistakes. That last game was not pixel perfect Dota. That's something that XERXIA can consider a strength to them, punishing mistakes, and their lineup definitely helps on that. With the overextensions and playing a Dawnbreaker lineup with Marcy, they definitely have a good chance of turning fights around and into their favor. But ladies and gents, this is the final game of the day. After this, we're going to be closing out Southeast Asia and heading over in a few hours towards the Americas. And tomorrow, or actually from tomorrow onward, we're going to take a couple days break with Harry. It's going to be Ares and Danog, your trusty duo for SEA, taking over, and we'll be back for the weekend. And of course, for the marathon day. Saturday, we're going to have 4 series of Dota. And a couple days after that to clean out the group stages. Decide who goes to the playoffs and who doesn't. At the current time for these standings, we're looking at Fnatic most likely securing upper brackets. But with their loss today against Purple Paradox 2-0, it does leave a lot still open for other teams to catch up to them. Nothing else is decided yet.
Panda, I'm very jealous. Palos has the best sets, and I'm starting to feel like they pick these heroes that he has good sets on, so he feels all cool and important. Look at how awesome that PA is. Even better than the Drow in the previous game.
Yeah, that is majestic. Is that the new PA helmet set, or is that an older one, actually?
I have no idea. The only thing I'm sure of is that I want it, even though I don't play PA that often.
He has got it from a professional CSGO player, Pasha Biceps. Okay, it's Pasia Biceps, but don't get caught on the technicalities. Bounties 2 for 2 and roll out the laning stage.
This laning stage is going to be very fun, especially the top lane. I think bottom, Palos probably tries to be on the defensive. You can't really kill neither the Dark Willow, Dawnbreaker only if she overextends. But the top lane is going to be super fun because there's going to be kill potential on both sides.
Bob gets a really good, Ken gets a really good block in the mid lane, allowing him to get that on the top of the stairs. But it's still a melee versus melee matchup, so you're not looking at high ground misses with these two heroes. And taking a quick glimpse at the bot lane as well. Job on Bon and BDZ taking some early damage. But these are squishy supports. Willow 600, Lich 660. They don't need to take too many hits. Level 2 is really scary on XERXIA when you look at Willow and Dawnbreaker.
Bob made a big mistake in the mid lane. He got hit by the tower like 5 times. He started diving Ken there with the 4 creeps that he had left alive for
Classic Bob.
From wave 1, and then he right-clicked Ken. The tower started attacking him. Just a huge mistake. Now he's suffering.
Ken is getting some good hits in. And he's already got his bottle making his way towards the lane, while Bob is still 100 gold short of his. So Ken has an advantage for now. Rapido, fairly low on health here, but he just picks up the magic wand of the courier. He had a stick already, but stick and salve both used. Let's look at the top lane. We haven't really touched upon the Tusk versus the Sniper cores here. Marcy, Hoodwink supports. There's a lot of kill potential on both sides here. Palos calling for a pause.
Speaking about Palos, him and him and BDZ actually played a really good thing here in the bottom lane. When you know that the enemies are stronger in that lane, you push out the first wave so that you get level 2 first, and then XERXIA can't use their level 2 to the advantage to kill you. And then you go for the pull, of course. All of that is quite normal, and Asta dies.
Okay, that doesn't actually take too long. Yeah, they just turned their attention straight to the sniper. We unfortunately have a bit of a T-Tours. Can we get some T-Tours in chat for the missed kill that me, the observer, just missed?
It was my fault. I turned your attention towards the bottom lane for the more important things, being lane equilibrium than some old first blood.
PA has to play some Toho 9000 to get past these, but he's gonna have no such luck. At least you get the jukes off, but level 2s on XERXIA, as mentioned, it's scary. They get a kill with it, and it's on to Palos.
Luckily, he is farming well, but dying is going to be a big problem.
Shanks taking a few hits from Jaja, but the bushwhack keeps the sniper away. So Hoodwink gets to keep more of his HP intact.
Bushwhack a day keeps the sniper away. I guess that's going to be the thing you have to keep in mind.
That's a good quote.
Palos can't allow these creeps to go into the tower. That's a big problem. You need lane equilibrium.
Tried to move around there, but when you're clicking and trying to path in a place like here where you have well, you already see where they are basically here. You try to click yourself somewhere here. Your hero is forced to like hug the wall, and it actually went to the left side instead of the right side. Ended up him getting caught into one of those brambles. Ember actually just got killed in mid, but Karma is in very deep trouble. Shards flying in for the kill. Tino secures it. So a revenge kill for losing their Ember in mid. I don't know what happened there. We missed that again.
Can returning the favor.
Oh my god. Please stop dying. Okay, that's actually...
Oh, he just denied himself.
Yeah, he denied himself to the T1, yeah.
And the fight never ends. Rupido's in trouble in the bottom lane as well.
Kill for Palos. 2 tower hits. Jabonbon actually wanted the CS above hitting the PA with his Shadow Realm.
He has raindrops on Palos, so it wouldn't have done any damage, and he wouldn't get the creep kill there. Yeah. So it's
Bob?
a good decision.
Bob? You talked about him tanking unnecessary tower hits. He took like 3 again.
Yeah, he is. He's all about diving in this series. It seems like it. Last time around, he got the first blood in the mid lane. Now it's gonna be Ken that's completely dominating it here. I guess in terms of CS, Bob is doing okay, but considering you're an Ember versus the Void Spirit and he can't go through your Flame Guard, it should be your win.
Technically, yeah. Skill-based matchup though on both of these, and it feels like the faceless. The Void Spirit is getting the better advantage out of it from now. Palos, nice jukes, but he still decides to walk into a bramble. Almost burns out a raindrop charge. Almost walks in again.
Asta is gonna be in trouble on top. Oh, nice. Okay, now they have 2 points in sidekick. Not really. He got to half HP, but Jaja is actually higher level than Asta, so he's gonna allow him to heal. You can see how
diving Bob in mid. Palos actually getting killed here. Ken is the one to take some tower hits this time. How did Palos manage to die? Yeah, he walked into a bramble.
So much damage from XERXIA on the bottom lane. I expected Palos to play this lane much more
top lane, they're gonna take Jaja. And Bob dies again. We've missed every Bob death so far. But that's just because we literally just went to top to watch what happened. 10 kills in the first 5 minutes.
It's because Bob
this is a nightmare game to observe. I'm not gonna lie. Like there's just so many fights happening at the same time. It's impossible to keep up unless I do this for all you people, and you're gonna have a very fun time watching this game because we see Karma battling here. We see Rapido taking a last hit. We see Teleport coming in for the Willow. They're gonna be jumping onto Tino onto the Tusk, and he's about to fall, but he goes for the Snowball. We see Ember going for a DD rune. That's nothing to see. Tino's about to fall in the top lane as the battle sim continues. Yeah, you get the gist. Tino, he's gonna die to the Shadow Realm. Tower hits. Oh, maybe the Willow too. No.
Oh, Panda, you were like, something's happening on top. Bob must be dying mid again. Let's check that for a second, and then just you move back to top again. Yeah, finally we saw an action from start to finish.
And not the Shanks again. Never ends. It never ends. He got a lot of healing from that magic wand though. But now he's not going to have it up for a second time. Teleport from Tusk.
Tusk is back.
Tino is here. 2 points in charge, 2 points in Snowball. Shard block coming out. Snowball still available. He's got the pushback, and with the Snowball, they're going to finish him off. And Rapido dies in the other lane. Oh my goodness. Please, give me a break. Is Bob okay? Bob's okay.
Both teams are recognizing quite nicely when someone is staying alone and just trying to apply pressure. A lot of spamming potential on all of the heroes of Execration and XERXIA, so that's why we're seeing so many kills, because constantly spells are being thrown out, and then even a little bit of an overextension can cost you your life.
So much fighting going on that the Hoodwink has almost caught up to the Dawnbreaker in farm.
Yeah,
where one hero is farming creeps, the other is farming heroes.
Considering that you killed Palos twice, it is a disaster what happened to Rupido now dying twice in a row. His game was just ruined in 2 minutes.
Ken. Got BDZ and a DD Bob here. He wants to take the 1-on-2. He'll win that battle. Shadow Realm into the roost. Bob might be in a bit of trouble here. Oh, does he land it? Oh, it was so close to landing. Bob actually able to dodge it. Barely. But it's just enough for him. Another Shadow Realm is available. Shanks gonna get caught into the taunt. Jaja coming in. Bob, you're gonna get surprised. Jaja has no target to rebound off of, because the Willow just went into Shadow Realm, so there's nothing to go to, and he will get the stun connection. Tosses him, disposes him into the river. Bob again trying to juke around. Ken moving away as Tino's also here, and the whole team seems to be here as well. Just a massive battle once again, but Bob, first in a 1v2, into a 1v3, into a 2v3, into a 2v2, and he's still alive, and he TP's back home to regen.
Bob outplayed the hell out of XERXIA in that fight. He dodged every single thing that can be dodged, and that's why he lived and did massive amounts of damage as well, allowing time for his teammates to come over and the fight to go into Execration's way.
Shanks, he is going to stay for the experience. That gives him almost half a level, and Sharpshooter is just a tad bit closer.
They need to deal with this Void Spirit though. The side lanes did go well for Execration, but Ken had a really good time in the mid lane, and he's now level 8. He's gonna have a more points in the simulate fairly soon, and then the damage output of Ken will be strong enough to just pretty much kill everyone, and the one that should be afraid the most is Palos. He has had a good time for now, but he can start dying quite a lot because the Void Spirit had an awesome game.
Never refuse gold.
Yeah, leaving Networth followed up by the PA, who is working on a Battle Fury, but how much time do you actually have to farm that Battle Fury? Because they're constantly making a presence, hunting him down. Now you've got 4 heroes in bottom. They're going to walk into the Lich. They'll take that. Sidekick onto the Void Spirit. He right-clicks pretty hard, but he's got 4 points in Resonant Pulse. So that mute goes right through.
BDZ died for Palos. If he wasn't there at that exact time, Palos would have been dove here and most likely dead.
Such a chivalrous move. Fear, Bedlam. Decent amount of damage on Bob. Bob, he is able to get out. He's on the other side of the river with that quick Remnant jump. Ken, hunting. Astral Step, Resonant Pulse, down to 50 HP. Oh, the illusion. He did forcibly use it. He wanted a bit more mana to get himself that Remnant to connect, but Bob, he needs the right path. Oh, he's trying to juke around. He's so fearful for any abilities to fly in. He's just so scared of that Void Spirit, so he did not want to TP, but he could have. But he doesn't need to right now. He's still got his Remnant that he can throw down and teleport back home. He's still gonna have a couple charges in his bottle.
Lich TP'd and refilled the bottle. Bob was like, yeah, I don't want to TP back to the base again. I'm gonna be losing way too much like I did earlier. So, okay, I guess nice call. Dino in trouble on top again.
Yeah, Unleash comes out. Can buy some time with the Snowball. Bushwhack misses, but Sharpshooter is being loaded up. Jaja dodges it. Here comes Ken. And Ken's gonna find the Tusk. Oh, Snowball on the last second. Doesn't get the Dissimulate off on time, but he doesn't need it. Gonna Astral Step on top of him. Hour also taken down, 11 minutes in.
The sniper had a good time on the top lane. That's pretty important. The PA
Bob.
needs some time to come back. He might not have a good time any longer.
Bushwhack from the chains. Dawnbreaker also wanting a piece of this action, and Shanks will die. Bob also recognized that maybe it's my time to actually leave.
Yeah. Bob has been playing really well out of the laning stage. He played, I'd say, horribly in the laning stage, but here his understanding how much he can do has been on point. With an Ember Spirit, it's all about surviving and getting those slides of fist off, and Bob has been doing a stellar job at taking as much damage as he can, going through all of the resources of the enemies, and then moving away.
Nice Shadow Realm. Dodges both the chains and the slight. And into a root. He just Tumbler Toyed into one. He just have the taunt available on the Void Spirit, but this Bob Ember Spirit not feeling too healthy. Lich ulti doesn't do much because the haste rune is there. They will snipe the support, but it is a costly trade losing the Ember here.
He tipped Jaja there because the only reason they killed the Ember is because Jaja pulled him in another Bramble. And he couldn't move there. It was long enough for the Aether Remnant to connect, and then it was enough damage. So just beautiful spell usage all around from XERXIA. Every single one of their heroes used their spells perfectly to allow them to kill Bob.
They're pinging bottom. Got the PA in the lane. Rapido jumping straight on him. If BDC gets close enough, there's a chance he could just use his Embrace. But no. No need. 3-man smoke in mid, though. Right under a ward. Let's see if XERXIA is ready for it. Ken. Okay, Astral Step just in time. He had his quick fingers there. Bushwhack onto the Dark Willow, but the roots also onto the Ember Spirit. Doesn't walk into the taunt, though. And Sniper, Mask of Madness, throwing in a couple nasty hits onto Bob. But sadly, as even they did smoke under a ward, they can't turn it into their advantage. Now they might actually still lose Asta here. Or do they? Well, the Sharpshooter does a nasty amount of damage, and that's going to be enough. They're going to take their big core down. Tino, though, also taken with them. That's a 2-for-1 trade. The Sniper lost, but 2 kills for Ken and Xiao Bonbon.
Not only does the Sharpshooter do massive amounts of damage, but it also breaks. And without the headshot, he couldn't stop the Tusk from attacking him. If he was still headshotting the Tusk with the Mask of Madness, he might have been able to heal himself up. But without it, there's just no chance.
Xiao Bonbon also finds the Ancient stack, which was already dropped quite low by the PA, and he has his Battle Fury. He's kind of able to clear it out. A couple last hits for the Willow, but not a lot. And at the same time, Ken fighting Bob. Xiao Bonbon dies on the sideline of the fight. Bushwhack onto the Void Spirit, and it should be enough. Shanks finally cuts down Ken and his 7-kill streak. A lot of XP also provided for all of these 3 heroes participating in this.
The mechanical skill of the players on both sides has been on a very high level in this game. You could see Palos forcing out the Shadow Realm there, and the Bedlam from the Dark Willow was just amazing. He used the dagger onto the Dark Willow, and then he used the jump. And Dark Willow immediately goes for the Shadow Realm and the Bedlam, but he didn't jump on her. He jumped on the Ancients. He finishes the Ancients off, and then he runs down the Dark Willow as well. They catch the Void Spirit. That's the more important kill, which I know.
Xiao Bonbon kind of alone here. Does have Ken to help out, but Tusk looking for an escape route. Sees the Serenity only give him a little bit of healing. Snowball almost off cooldown, but not enough time. Needed an extra second to survive in the lane. That is going to be his 4th death. Not off to a great start with this offlane Tusk, but PA's farming. That's, I think, as long as PA's farming, all is well for Execration.
They are hunting Rupido.
And they can kill this one too. Nice. This Hoodwink hero is quite the something. Meanwhile, Bob, BDZ, they are contesting the Sniper farming here in these Ancients. Bob, and he changed onto the Ancients, unfortunately.
They were hoping the chains onto one Ancient and the Sniper, and then the Chain Frost to kill him. That was actually a really solid attempt there, but it just ends up losing the reward.
Yeah, and both of the chains ended up on the Ancients. Yeah, not optimal. Ken coming in from the side. Nice nuke coming in, both on the Tusk and the Hoodwink. Hoodwink could be a very good target to take rid of. BDZ, meanwhile, gets a bit of early damage, but that chain, not optimal. Tino also just running away, gets the shards out for a bit of extra poke. Shanks, no Bushwhack, no save. Tino dead, and that opens up the mid tower.
Yep, Asta is there, and they also have the Dawnbreaker ult.
Smoking triangle.
It's gonna be very hard for Execration to do anything. Yeah, they want Palos. This is a big kill if they can get it, just to slow him down a bit. It's way too powerful.
Smokes are popping. Ken is also willing to join the fight. There's the chains, and that's the security for the kill. During the taunt, more than enough. Palos, who just started building off into a streak, snapped away.
Really good placement of the Bramble Maze. Also a very smart move from XERXIA. At that point, Execration are kind of mounting up for the mid lane tower defense. But then as soon as they see that XERXIA is in their triangle, they killed Palos and they're in a position to dive as well. If you come close, Execration has to let go of everything, both their mid lane tower and their carry.
It was a quick Asta versus Bob battle in the bottom lane. But here's Jajas coming in. Maxed out sidekick. Looks for the stun. Bob. Remnants. There is an active remnant somewhere.
Farther back. He's baiting here for his teammates to come over. And they are smoked. So Ward, just a false sense of security.
And Shanks is spotted. And Jaja knows. Another remnant placed down. Ken's also TPing in. Make it a 3 versus 3 scenario now. Execration have to move out. Yules onto the Ember Spirit. Taunt will connect. We'll catch him on the spot. There's the remnant jump. And now looking to hide in the trees for the teleport. They will get away. Shanks and Tino. There's a blink on Tino now on the Tusk. Meanwhile, Palos killed in the top lane. They stacked up on top of him. That's a big loss.
They need to punish the bottom lane now. They have good vision over them. XERXIA didn't award that ward, even though it was quite obvious. So they're waiting for Bob to come over to fight again.
Oh, here comes Jaja to the sharpshooter. So that's going to be the 14th kill for Execration. XERXIA up at 20 and a 3k lead. Might as well take a quick look at the graph as well to see there's a 500 XP lead.
See Sniper.
Bushwhack, no sharpshooter though. Snowball needs to get there on time, and it will. Sniper in trouble. Shards available too. Level 4, big nuke. Speed Easy already dead. Rapido coming in to rescue. But look at that lifesteal Sniper. But the Bushwhack, the secondary one's going to be better because it holds him down. And that Mask of Madness ain't going to be strong enough. And no more mana for another Celestial Hammer. He is regenerating quite fast though. He's got it now. Just needs some vision. Aja right there. Oh, they both get caught. The sharpshooter, Rapido, is dead. Execration, one after the other, finding some good kills for themselves, even if they lost their PA earlier on. And Jabonbon is already on the hunt for the PA, but PA, he is cautious.
What happened in the bottom lane is a mistake from Jaja. He should have known there was a ward there.
Hold your thought. Snowball save from Tino. And onto the wave as well, so they don't push themselves into dangerous waters. But Shanks, however, is going to tank the front line. Lich ulti connects onto Ken. Palos needs to jump in. They need to slice him down, and he will before he lands down on the ground. And now Jabonbon is trying to cliff a hero. He's going to try and cliff 2 heroes. Tino and Palos, both there. Oh, they're both actually stuck there now. Tusk has a blink, though, and Palos can just jump away, so there's that.
Done. Beautifully done there. That I was talking about the ward on the bottom lane. We have a chance to go for it right now. When they placed it, and the second they started running away when the Void Spirit TP'd, that should have been a red flag for XERXIA. So because of them not reading that situation, they lost so many heroes on the bottom lane, allowed Execration more space. And this is dangerous because PA is the strongest late game hero here by far. One-shots everyone. So XERXIA, they have been slowing down Palos somewhat, but not enough.
Yeah, and also consider a sniper counter. The one hero that just jumps right on top and blows this hero up before Sniper starts to build up. At least on a 1v1.
He is going for an MKB, so he will try to stand his ground with the with the buff from the Marcy. For sure.
And an early one too. Might as well.
Yeah, you don't go for farming items this game. You need to go straight into it. I like it.
Shanks and Tino showing up in mid. Wards placed down by Jabonbon. They will see whatever movement is happening on this front jungle. They're waiting for the Ember to jump back in. He's actually going to be there in just a second. So Willow, patience. But everybody else doesn't have that. They just kind of left. They do still have Jaja here. But
Bob isn't coming.
Is Bob aware? He seems like he's just going to let it expire. Oh, he's still waiting for it. It's like one of those kids at the candy store drooling at some of those candies on the window store and just begging for that one coin to buy it.
No, for kids it's candy. For Jabonbon it's Bob.
Yeah,
Bob.
No Bob.
No Bob will be coming over. He's still going for Bob.
I mean, his name is Xiao Bonbon, so he likes those bonbons, but Bob is the favorite bonbon for this bonbon. However, Dawnbreaker getting caught inside and saved by Jaja. But he's going to tank the gank. He's going to tank the sharpshooter too, allowing Dawnbreaker to live another life. Asta. Lich. Oh, heavy hit. Those headshots. Absolute murder. It's a tower going down. Palos phone in the air. Ken looking for it. There's the root PA turning in with the BKB and going man fight mode. 1 versus 5. Teleporting away. Palos, he's gone.
That is the thing. You don't have level 18 just yet. I like the XERXIA went for that play. They still have all of their towers and it allows them to do so. Without the BKB now on the PA, they just walk into the Roche though. This is not going to be the fastest of Roches. That sidekick will expire fairly soon and you have no unleash. So Execration, they can be here in time.
Tino doesn't have vision in the pit right now. But with the Ember Spirit, they can make a quick drive-by. Shanks forming in the bushback. No connection. Another shard thrown into the pit, and now it's down to 700. Ken intervenes. They're trying to push the Roche. Meanwhile, can they get it? They're so close to it. Asta will take it, and now the fight breaks loose. Execration. Bob's already losing his life in the middle of the river. Now BDC is going to be the one to follow us next. The snowball connecting onto the backline, going straight to the Dawnbreaker. Rapido will go down. And Palos is farming in the mid lane. No BKB, so he's not even willing to fight this at all. Asta with a double kill, with the Roche kill, with the Aegis. A lot of money for him. And the Shadow Blade is ready.
5k gold lead, 4k gold lead. XERXIA are happy, but is it enough to keep Palos in check? Deso and level 18 are coming. That's the biggest timing that you could hope for with the PA level 18 or the Deso, and you get both of them at the same time. Yep. So these heroes on the side of XERXIA are gonna start dropping like flies. 8 armor on the Marcy. Okay, scratch that. It's 12. It's just not showing well. The Dark Willow has 5. That's a dead hero immediately. So Sniper, he might have 19, close to 20, but if he uses the Mask of Madness, he's a sitting duck.
Yep, and he also changes off from the MKB into a Silver Edge, so he can break the PA and go with that instead. And BDZ, he's got the Frost Shield, but how much does it really help? Not a lot. Not with that HP pool. There goes your wards.
Not sure if I like the break.
Into the top. Ember Spirit caught in the middle, and Bob feels even squishier than the Lich.
It's all because of his bad laning stage. His spell usage out of the laning stage was great, but he was always lacking damage and could never pop off. Without the BKB against the Dark Willow, Ember is an unplayable hero.
XERXIA can just hold on to this pressure that they have. They can close out this game into a victory, but PA is getting stronger by the minute. Easy win conditions for Execration if they just hold out long enough.
The thing is, he's alone. XERXIA can now start itemizing only against the PA. Armor items, ways to kite her, ghost scepters and stuff like that. That is how you beat Execration right now, because Tino and Bob, they don't have a game and they're never gonna have it as well. You don't come back with an Ember or a...
Does Palos just go in?
He's finding an angle.
He's got the Deso. He's waiting. He's giving info for his team. Bushwhack coming in. Marcy already dropping. They see the sniper, but they want to focus the supports first. And here we go. Palos versus Asta. Asta has a second life. But here goes the Hurricane Pike. Pushes the PA away. A couple misses are going to fly in. And Tusk is down. That's already a double kill as they take Shanks, the Lich, and also the Tusk. Now thrown into the air by Ken. Remnant not quite available. And will I be able to get the jump into safety onto Bob? Bob, he needs to get out as well. Gets the chains out. Jaja will miss the rebound because of it, but the push continues.
Oh, very unfortunate for Palos. 3 hits onto the Dark Willow. He doesn't crit. If he crits her there and kills her, after that, he can fight easily without using his BKB. You can see how conservative he wants to be.
Ken thought he was alone as he jumps on Bob. Palos right next to him. It was just blurred. And he goes in again. Second attempt here with the Aghanims. Remnant down, and it will take it. I just love watching Ken play, man.
Yeah, he's doing really well. He's doing really well. XERXIA, on the back of his mechanical skill, should be doing a lot more in this group stage. Yeah, and you can see Palos can't do it alone.
High ground is the next choice for XERXIA. They could also just focus on the top lane and go for the tier 2 tower, but right now, the better option with the creep wave in front of their base. They can just hammer this tower a bit. Safety tools also placed in front of him with the Bramble Maze.
I wouldn't even be surprised if Palos buys a rapier now, if he tries to go for it. Because you can see that he's really trying to burst people down without popping the BKB. The other option is the shard.
Can they?
It also helps you burst people down.
Can they just kill Palos here? He just reveals himself. Rapido goes straight for the stun. Sharpshooter turnaround. Rapido looks like the one to die first, and he will. Shanks is also down. Sniper's in between the team currently, and they will find an opening for him. He's taunted up, and the Aegis will go out in a matter of seconds. He's still alive, though. Finally drops, and that's going to be life number 1. Bob is stuck inside the taunt. He's going to go down. Bob is dead. BDZ, he's also low, but the stun on the sniper. Meanwhile, on the high ground, Tino with 50 HP surviving. 10 BDZ down as well. Palos gets a jump to safety, trying to slow down Jaja with the dagger, and also Ken jumping to the low ground. Marcy might be a collateral here, trying to get away with the pig pole. Dagger to the back.
Oh, the Hoodwink Shanks is keeping Execration in this game. Palos just doesn't have the damage necessary. You can see that he's indecisive about what to go for. I think, I don't know, Nullifier, Basher, or Rapier. Those are the choices. He's just being kited way too much, but he hasn't had luck with the crits. I don't know if he'll be lucky with the bashes.
See what they can do here. Smoking up quite close to the tier 2, trying to save Tino. Job on Bon. It will finish off 1, but Palos to clean up some kills. Ken also fairly low 1 HP, taunted up by BDZ, but Rapido is just a nuisance when he's together with allies. They will finish off the Lich, and now Rapido bushwhack. Oh, it connects. It was so far away, but Bob Asta is still unstoppable. He has gone from 0-4 to 9-4 and just continues to murder.
He found the angle. Asta found the angle to join that fight from a perfect timing, and just no chance for anyone to run away. He broke the PA, killed her, and after that the fight is just over. Execration has one hero.
He sounds like a professional rally driver when you put it that way, when he finds a perfect angle.
Maybe.
Maybe he is. Shanks. Ouch. Right in front of his fountain. Not even there is he safe. But the Unleash, they're going to finish off the tower. That's a level 2 ulti on Jaja.
He bought the shard.
Needs to hammer up. Palos. Can't go in for. Crit does a nasty amount of damage. At least the Dawnbreaker doesn't have an infinite amount of armor. Sniper does, though.
Has a butterfly now. Sniper gets a Satanic. Before PA gets another big item, the game is over, and it's very likely it's going to
Good jump here. They all spread out, and Sniper all by himself. That's a big streak, and it's for Bob. The hero who needed some comeback gold. That's a big kill.
Yep, Bob's BKB is actually more valuable than any item that Palos can get right now. You need to have at least one more hero.
Lich. Down. Tino gonna
just
get
all
taunted
dying.
up as well into the Bedlam. Yeah. So you get a fantastic pick off, and now it just kind of all went upside down.
Yeah,
I mean
that's what happens when there's a 19k gold lead. On the side of XERXIA, you have 3 heroes that are actually quite strong. On Execration, you only have the 1.
Ken just stumbles upon Palos, who just bought back, by the way. It's going to be a dieback.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, that's a dieback.
The
But hey,
only way he
Xerx.
survives there is if Ken makes a mistake.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Ken is making many mistakes today. 19-11 on the Void Spirit. The last pick Void for XERXIA paying off.
This is the thing with Execration. If Bob isn't feeling good on a day, Execration are just not gonna work out, because Bob at his best is one of the best players. At his worst, he just allows the enemies to have way too much, makes the game unplayable. Even though he used his spells well after the laning stage, the lane was just too big of a mess from him.
Going for an opening, he's got the Yules and the Tusk inside the enemy base. 2600 HP on him though, and he hasn't taken any, while the Tusk is already dead. And no PA, it's just the Ember, it's just the Hoodwink. They can't stop this push. They can't stop anything about XERXIA. 23,000 gold ahead. XERXIA looking for the tie here. An important point going their way. They just need to do a little bit more. The tier 4 tower, the first one down. They are pondering their options here. Do they continue or do they not? Because they have 30 a 30-second window. They're realizing they're not buying back.
Can they finish it that fast, though? There is no glyph on Execration. They need
There's
to
an
start throwing
attempt.
bodies.
There's an attempt. They have 15 seconds. Let's just going to be up in 10 for the shield. No glyph. It's now or never. They have to fully commit to it. Ken is going to keep the Ember Spirit busy. They're going to focus on Bob. Okay, they can decrease another hero out of the fight. 2-1-4. He's got the
Lich
shield out. Lich ulti comes back in. Ancient down a half HP. Snowball coming in. Asta, he's going to get kicked backwards. Tino with the Aghanim. He positions him. Nice damage coming in, but the break is there as well. But Palos cannot kill the sniper. Asta is way too strong. GG's called. Execration have to settle for a tie. But Execration, a much needed point for them to keep them alive in the group stages.
Yeah, you can see Palos there. He wrote cheater. He's like, yeah, I can't hit him. I can't even crit him. So it has kind of been the name of the game. Palos, I have to say he hasn't gotten too many crits, but even if he had, XERXIA was just better in this game. If you look at Ken and then look at Bob, the difference was way too high. And with Palos having a good game of the PA, but as soon as he dies, Execration have no heroes. They have no one to do the damage. The only one that was doing kind of well on their side was Shanks. And he's the only reason that this game didn't end in 20 minutes.
Yeah, he topped the hero damage as well with 23,000 compared to the other cores in their team. Tusk 15, yep. Ember 19, PA 20, almost 21. So, yeah, Shanks Hoodwink seemed like it was the most impactful hero on their side. XERXIA had plenty of those, and highlight goes again. I have to commend this guy. Just Ken has been playing really well on the side of this team. Even if XERXIA is at the bottom of the group stage, or at the bottom of the group, he is definitely a player that seems to keep this team afloat.
Yeah, he has. I kind of feel like he always had standout performances, even when they're losing. He's doing quite a lot for his team, keeping them in it, and his laning stage, understanding what he needs to do, the spell usage, everything is on point. So yeah, props to him. Really, the MVP of this team, and this time it's at least enough for a tie.
And that's sometimes it's all you need. Getting that extra point now pushes them into a tie situation with Unity Gaming, though Unity has played way fewer games than XERXIA does, and XERXIA kind of running out of series. But a point is a point. It keeps them still in the run for the lower bracket, and pushes them away from that elimination threat. Though they are still sitting there. It's now down to the other teams how they perform. But Harry, we're done for our 3-day grind. We've had a lot of Dota games here since the what day is it today? Is it Wednesday? Since
Tuesday.
I know. Yeah, you know. So since Sunday, I think we've done a heck of an amount of Dota, and it's good to take a little bit of a break. Aries and Danog are going to be taking over for the next few days to entertain all of you people. Take care of them. But we've had our share of fun today, especially the 2 series we saw before. Quality content. We saw a great story from Purple Paradox, and then Army Geniuses dominating instead against Purple Paradox. And the first game against Execration, XERXIA, just content-wise, such a fun game in a way. But
we saw everything today.
We've seen everything today, and during these last few days. So tomorrow, more SEA. Later on today, we're going to go back to North America, continue what happens there. But from me and from Harry, thanks to all of you people for tuning in today. We'll see you next time. So until then, take care of yourselves, everybody. Good night, and bye-bye.